And now it's a little darker. Lobster. Make sure we're still live. We're still live. Everything looks good. We're still moving. Good. It's mirrored now for some reason. That's fun. Why am I mirrored now? I don't want to be mirrored. Okay, well, I'm mirrored. I don't really want to figure this out. I really don't. Okay. Now I'm just going to check audio real quick. Sounds good. Sounds like I have audio. Okay. Well, that's cool. Let's paint an owl. Right, good. Okay. So now that I actually have the broadcast in the correct place, let's make sure that I can see chat. There is actually a chat on Google Hangouts. There is also a chat on YouTube, so I'm going to make sure that that's popped up so that I can see it. Here we are. Now we're live in the right place. Say hi if you're here. Happy Superb Owl 2017. This is a 5-year tradition now, and our very first live edition of the stream. The deal is there's a football game going on today that everyone is watching except for me, and I like birds, and I'm going to paint an owl because it happens that Superb Owl is not so dissimilar from the name of the game. So we're going to paint an owl. I'm going to auction it live in the link at the eBay auction, in the links in the description. You will bid on the Superb Owl, and together we will decide to donate. Half the proceeds will be donated to an owl rescue in the city of your choosing, assuming you are the winner of the auction. If you don't have a preference, I will either choose a reputable wildlife rehab in the city of the winning football team, or here in Los Angeles, depending on which sounds better to you. So if you have a stake in the football game and you hate who wins, then you get to veto that, and I'll just donate it to Los Angeles. So that's what we're doing. Ordinarily, I have chosen an owl before I start, and I did not do that this year. So that's fun. I should also share this one more time in all the places. So we're live now. Hooray! Shoot. And then, so it's a party today. Ordinarily, when I live stream, I shut the door, talk the whole time. I may or may not do that. I'm going to be in and out. I put out a cool spread of snacks for my family who are in the other room watching the game. You may hear them shouting at various intervals because football. And what else? I don't know. We're just going to have a good time. It had been suggested to me at one point that it might be a good idea for me to paint. I hadn't decided on a palette. I haven't decided on an owl. Everything's up in the air this year. It's cool. But it had been suggested by my friend Glenn that I should paint two in the colors of the football teams that are playing, which sounds like a fun idea. Make this default view so that I can see the chat and the video at the same time. All right. Got a little bit of some sketch wash. So we're gonna, I don't know what's happening. I've got my good fancy pants. Winsor & Newton brushes. This one's already not holding a point. I got this 0 for Christmas and it's already, oh, it's okay. And then I have all of these other brushes that are at my disposal. Mostly they're acrylic brushes, but I don't care, they work. Actually, these ones are really nice for watercolor. Some nice big, like, washy brushes for flat areas. Nice looking. Let's see. Good. I don't need flat guys. All right. What are we doing here? We are gonna oh, you know what else I should do? I should probably post to Facebook. This is so much more complicated when I'm doing it live. So, Facebook. Cool, cool, cool. We are live. Posty post. And this is so complicated. It's so silly. I have so many different places I need to post. Sorry. Go up. I need to go into my. Nope, don't copy the clipboard. Just go. Just get this link. Post. Post with the most. Alrighty. Okay. Now, let's paint an owl. What are we going to do this year? In years past, so I did this guy. This is, I think he's sort of a great horned owl. I took a lot of creative liberties when I was painting him. And this was last year's barn owl. We've done a barn owl. Some of them are no longer with me. Some of them are. There's this, which is kind of weird looking. Oh, this was just me practicing inking. I think when I got my first Series 7 brush. So that's fun. Okay. So maybe the first time I did this, I did a burrowing owl, and I really like burrowing owls. I saw one at the Natural History Museum not too long ago. This is not an owl, but it's still kind of cool. Stellar's Jay. This is a great horned owl. This one actually belongs to my mom. And there are some old Snuggle Zoo pages from my short-lived, but much loved, mostly by me, webcomic from back in 2008. So this one is not available. All of these other pieces are available. If you're interested in making a purchase, please do get in touch with me. I'm hearing the national anthem in the other room. So we're about ready to play some Superb Owl. One thing I've been asked to do in the past is a snowy owl, and I sort of have been avoiding it because they're very white. All right. What are we going to do this year? I want to do another great horned owl. They're so pretty. And also, they are the ones that have the ears. The ears. And I enjoy them. Great horned owl. Get some references up. I don't know if there's a lesser horned owl. Oh, there is a lesser horned owl. American horned owls. Old world eagle owls. Genus Bubo. My dudes. See, this looks... Let me show you what I'm looking at. It's kind of nice that we're... Let me make sure I don't have my stream key like somewhere. Okay, no, good. Here, I'll share you my screen for a little bit, so I can show you what I'm looking at. This is a great horned owl. He is different from this, which is a horned owl. This says it's also a great horned owl. I should probably figure this taxonomy out and figure out what I'm looking at here, why they're different, because that looks like a very different bird. He might just be doing a long, and that's why he looks different. Maybe he is just doing a long. Oh, you know where I didn't post this? I did not post this in the bird group. I should post this in the bird group. Okay, what am I doing here? Horned owl. Get out of here, get out of here. Do this. Do this. I'm going to stop sharing my screen now. Stop screen sharing. Go back to here so as I can go to my burb group. Burb. I am currently streaming a painting of an owl, which I do every year during a particular football game. I call it the Superb Owl. Please join the link. Post. Okay, maybe some burb friends will come and join us. They are a fun bunch. Okay, all right. I've decided I'm going to paint a horned owl. I'm going to paint a horned owl. I have my references up. I have my stream up over here. I have a lot of garbage at my left elbow. I'm going to free up some space. I'm not stalling. I swear I'm not. I am totally stalling. Okay. All right. For real now. A lot of times it doesn't really get super exciting until about halftime anyhow. It starts to look like, when it starts to look like something. Let me get my references up over on this other screen. That's a better. That's a more better. Okay. And one of the things that has been sort of typical of the superb owl in years past has been that I don't sketch before I start. I just go for it. Mostly because it takes me such a long time to like actually go for it, as evidenced by this. Okay, now I've got both open. Cool. Oh, I like him. Let's base this on this guy. Good.
Why don't you put that big old thing on my dresser? Oh, what? Okay, if you want it there anywhere, put it on your dresser.
Okay. Can you hear all this coming out of the other room? I don't think the music is coming through the way that I'm streaming this time, but that's okay. I usually have the like background soundtrack to Mario Paint sort of playing. So this. So that. And this is one of the reasons that I work with such a painfully light wash at the beginning, is just in case something goes weird. I haven't committed too hard. Sorry for the sniffles. This photo reference I'm using, the owl is sort of in like a maybe 1/4, but I am going to change that because I don't want to copy it directly. Is my big head in the way? My big head is in the way. I don't care. We're just going now. And mostly like when I'm thinking, I will try to verbalize some of it, but I am going to be mostly in my head for a lot of this part while I'm working stuff out on the page. Excuse me. This is kind of risky for me. Because I suffer from like this problem in the middle of every painting. Like every time I paint in real media, I have this thing happen where, like, I call it the middle of the painting, like the horror of the middle of the painting, where like it looks terrible and I'm sure that it's not going to work out. And if I can manage to muddle through that portion, I can usually make things okay. I think that that is not uncommon. Like that, you know, so sensitive. Artists. Is that high? That looks a little high. Excuse me. Yeah, that'll work. That's right. Other bits right there. There's going to be a lot of banding. I'm all like, I'm going to paint a great horned owl. They have a lot of stuff happening in their feather parts. One thing that's really fun at the end of all this is doing the log. I've done branches before, and they end up just being like one of my favorite parts because they end up being really flowy and sort of intuitive and stuff. Something happened in the football game. That was apparently a nice tackle. Maybe we'll do like this, sort of a reachy claw guy. That's not in the reference photo either, but I've seen it on some other dudes. Excuse me. Here's his back. He might have a little bit of a visible. This moment looks to me like the reference photo. He's at rest. He's watching something when his wings are poised. This moment is almost like the moment immediately before he takes off. So that's fun. Right. This out. That one. What, you guys? That looked like it could have been a holding call. Oh, you guys can see this. So I have this palette, this nice little cotton palette, sort of travel watercolors. It's got some pretty, it's for plein air, so it's got these nice, a lot of like sort of naturalistic sort of things preloaded into the pan. And I think I'm going to stick mostly with it. I have this other palette that I got in a visit back up north that is sort of a lot of brights and tropicals, and this is like the palette that I normally work with in most of my work. And like, I was happy to get it because it's a little bit more like what you might consider on brand for me. But I don't know. I feel like I get a lot of flexibility out of like having both and using a more naturalistic palette. It's always nice to be able to work with colors that I don't ordinarily work with for different purposes. This is definitely sort of more of a fine art exercise than I'm generally accustomed to doing, which is sort of nice.
It's really good.
Try to scrub the cross out a little bit. I'm working pretty light, but we are no longer able to go. That's all right. There's no white in this portion of the face. It's light, but not white. So I get away with it.
Oh, he had a guy that passed. They're gonna have to settle for a field goal here.
Okay, I'm going to take a quick pause for snacks because I like snacks.
That's good here. Oh, how about an interference call? How do you get down to the 2-yard line, 2nd and 2, and then you can't get to the end zone? He had his hand on the guy's arm. Yeah. This is why the Patriots never lose the Super Bowl. It's fucking rigged. Well, yeah, they have lost the Super Bowl before, but they lost twice. 3 times. 3 times. 5-3 in the Super Bowl. No, wait a minute. This is their 8th visit, so they're 5-2. They should have been 4-2.
Huh? What?
You're busy today, huh?
I'm live streaming. Okay. Did I lose anyone? We did not appear to lose anyone. What's that? Hmm. Okay. I'm gonna just hang on to that. Wash my hands. Let me bite this potato skin. All right. Now we're committed. What happened to you? Are you just starchy, or did I do something horrible to you? I think you're just starchy.
They're coming after Brady tonight. Jesus, where's the defense?
Sorry. I'm almost over all of my like New Year's ailments. I had the flu on New Year's Eve, and it lasted about 4 or 5 days, and that was followed by a tonsil infection. So I was on a course of antibiotics. The day after my tonsil, the swelling in my tonsil started to go down, I caught a cold. So I've been sick for the entire month of January. And I'm only now starting to get over it, but I still have a little bit of that last stuff. So I apologize for all the sniffling. No, I mean, if I had to name a medium, if I had to say that, okay, this is my medium, watercolor would definitely not be it. I think that probably if I had to name a medium, I would say I work digitally. That's my sort of the medium where my strength lies. But I really like working with watercolor. It's really challenging for me. I have a friend that I know from the James Webb Space Telescope thing named Joanna Barnum. is she's an excellent watercolorist. That is her medium, and she does just incredible work. And well, I wouldn't say that like I aspire to be like her. Sort of seeing, you becoming friends and like watching sort of her work on Facebook and stuff has made me like want to strive to improve my own watercolor work. Like try not to make the medium behave the way that like I want it to, and try to work with the way that it works. So like all this sort of bleeding in the feathers, all of which is to say I totally did that on purpose. So that's but you know,
They each got a field goal. It's tie game. 3-3.
this is it. This is the middle of the painting. This is when it starts to like, if I'm not looking at the particular piece that I'm working on and I just look up and look at what you guys are seeing, I am horrified and I want to scrap it immediately and, I don't know, pay a penance to the art gods for the horrors that I'm sort of enacting upon the medium or whatever, but I just push through it. This is just the underpainting. And I end up with a painting I can be marginally proud of.
Kids don't pass that anymore.
No, they don't.
They're all plugged in.
This is the part of the football game where everybody starts complaining about the damn kids today.
Yeah.
So I guess since I sort of started in green, I guess this is the Eagles. The Eagles owl. Get it? Because eagle owls are in the same genus as horned owls. They're in genus Bubo, so an eagle owl. I guess that means I'm rooting for the Eagles. I don't know. I mean, I'm not rooting for the Patriots. I know I have a couple of friends who are Patriots fans. They like live in Rhode Island, and sorry, but no, just no.
Well, it was on the New England Patriots last year.
See, I pay attention to this stuff sometimes.
His old team here in the Super Bowl. He's a strong guy.
I pay just enough attention to have some kind of a maybe ill-advised opinion on this whole game and the outcome of it. I think
Going for it.
that things
Yeah, baby. Nice.
and stuff. There was apparently a touchdown. If I had to guess, it was for the Eagles, because the reason that I have the opinion that I have about the football teams that I do is because of the people that I live with. Otherwise, I would know nothing about it. I would know literally nothing about it. And I tried for such a long time to learn how to football fan, and I couldn't do it. I could not do it. This is the part where I get real scared. Oh no. Sorry about my head, but I need to get sort of in here. Because otherwise I'm going to like unfocus the eyes and he's going to look like a crazy burb. I'm going to even turn him upside down so I can do that. And like have even the remotest chance of focusing this eye.
Dude, you can't miss the extra point in the Super Bowl.
You can't miss the extra point in the Super Bowl, guys. It's terrible. Oh, it's the worst. I did. Oh, criminy. Cool. We don't scrub with your $20 brush.
That was horrible feeling that it ended up losing by 1 point.
Again, this is the underpainting. Well, hey. Ooh, do I get the last of the, I'm taking 2 of them.
I haven't even had one yet.
Yeah, you should have one. You should, warm them up a little bit. They're a little cool now, but they're much better warm.
I missed that last part.
I said they're better warm.
Okay.
Snack break. I'm also going to mute so you guys don't hear me chewing. Sorry.
Yeah, that's because when you're little, it's hard to figure.
Okay, hands are washed, snacks are snacked, and we're back. Welcome back.
Yeah.
Got an update on the football game. I guess stuff is happening that we're not happy about.
It's been a half hour high or whatever.
Oh, yeah. We don't need the snack sign anymore because we're back.
Yeah.
Okay. Getting ready. Move beyond the underpainting. I mean, there's not a lot of color in this guy anyway. There's like, he's white and a little ruddy brown. That's basically it. I think in winter they lose a lot of color. Either that or they're amorphs. I don't know. I don't know. Sorry. A lot of the sniffles are coming from me leaning forward.
Oh, nice defense.
Something good just happened.
Yeah, he didn't bite on that though, did he?
And so we're on a delay. We're on about a 10 or 20 second delay. So we got it.
That was great defense, really.
Why do I have 3?
That was incredible defense.
This might actually be like a resin crimson that's just been kind of like gobbled up.
This would be an interesting time.
Oh, it is. It's like completely brown on top. That is hysterical.
Nice.
So
Wow,
that's cool. There's like a layer of like raw umber and browns that I've been mashing into like my pan of alizarin crimson for probably about a year. I'm sure there's red under here somewhere. There it is. Oh, golly. Trying not to swear because we're live. Cool. That's fun.
Yeah, you did.
I knew I had another red in here somewhere. Like I bought this pan of like, I think it's like carmine red. Yeah, it is. Windsor Newton Rouge, which is like you can. This is the way that I handle my materials. Cadmium red is toxic, and because I am not the tidiest painter ever, I try to avoid buying toxic paints because I will make myself sick.
feel like you can't give up on them. You gotta keep scoring against the Patriots because they're gonna get there. You're not gonna shut out Brady completely. They'll get touchdowns at some point. A lot of time. Woo. I guess not. Look like he gets hard to do it. I'm surprised he didn't run. You see how much open field he had? Yeah. They don't call penalties on the Patriots.
Sorry. I have to assume that that's got to be better than, sniffling the whole time.
are these guys so open? Oh, I think he just got knocked out. Oh my gosh. That guy, that was a wicked hit. He did not even see that coming. That was punishing.
All right. And this is when it starts getting scary. It's time to start making some commitments.
Call that for helmet to helmet.
It's exciting stuff. Just, you know what I'm going to do. Tell you what I'm going to do.
Like that. That's good stuff.
You know, we're going. I'm doing two things at the same time. I'm going to clean up this alizarin crimson pan. All this brown that's in it. Scrubbity, scrubbity, scrubbity with my garbagey brushy. And get in here and make something deep, dark, muddy.
Oh, that guy's done. With the concussion protocols they have now, there's no way he's going back in again. If he does, it's criminal. I'll tell you that. Because there's no way in hell he can get knocked out cold and not have had some, at least a minor concussion. You know what they're saying now? It's not so much the concussion. It's all the hits, all the other hits that add up. You know?
Yeah, we're going to end up making this a little bit more realistic than I was expecting. Like, because I made that really, like, sort of candy-colored horned owl, and I enjoyed it so much, I was sort of thinking I was going to do kind of a more fantasy-colored guy. Excuse me, for the superb owl. And I don't know. That's just not the direction we appear to be going in today. Meh.
Oh, God, that hurts. Not only does he get hit on the head by the guy, but he hit his head when he hit the ground. That was brutal.
So that's a fair couple of shades darker. I may go like full black later, but that's for later. Because I have ink. No harm in some ink and watercolor. I don't know. We'll find out. Stay tuned.
Stop right here. Come on, Eagles. Oh my God, Brady, that was ugly. So wide open, man. He looked pathetic on that. It was a kind of a fun razzle dazzle play, but Tom Brady blew it.
Tom Brady blew it. If you're watching along, you may already know that. I don't think we're at halftime yet.
Going for it on 4th and 5.
I don't know where we are in the football game. I might take a break during halftime so that I can refuel on snackety snacks.
Oh, he got nailed. Nice.
Something good happened.
He got nailed on that play. He got knocked down. Wow. Yeah. Eagles are playing some good defense. Hope they can keep it up for all 4 quarters, huh? Oh, he's working hard for a couple yards, isn't he? There you go. Wow. I think it was more like 6. I think it was more like 6, Dad. I think one did, because I counted 6 actually running. Oh, jeez. Wide open, man. Get down. Nice catch. Beautiful catch. Beautiful throw. He's right where he needed to go. Yep. Right at the needle on that one. Beautiful.
Excuse me.
Oh, nice. There he goes. Touchdown. Nice. Well, I think the Patriots are regretting giving him up that now, huh? Nice.
God bless the middle of the painting and all of the painters who muddle through in spite of
Cuts right into
the
hole.
horrifying
Beautiful cut.
quality of the middle of the painting. I have to remind myself this because I'm live. I've always had the luxury of not doing this live and not showing this part where the middle is gross and weird. He's out of focus.
I think I like that. I think I'd rather have a 10-point lead. Or, I mean, a 13-point lead. That's a touchdown and 2 field goals. It's too early in the game to be doing, that kind of math. Did you get that extra point? Well, I guess it's going,
It's better.
He didn't get it up there enough. He also didn't get a flag on that. That looked like he got mugged to me. I mean, have they called a penalty on New England the whole game? I don't think they've called a penalty against New England the whole game.
Excuse me.
Yeah, I mean, if they got that 2-point conversion, it would have felt good, but not getting it doesn't. I just worry because the math this early in the game, you know, now they can get a touchdown and 2 field goals and take the lead. Now they were going for the 2 touchdown lead. Wanted to get 14, but it doesn't bite him in the ass later.
Talk about greatest quarterback ever, and that is what Russian had. Said record after record after record for years.
Well, say they with Tom Brady.
Yeah. But those other guys out there are more rookies. Brady has a rookie.
Not yet. Oh shit. Come on, guys. Can't make it that easy. It's not right here. Need to really clean. I don't know. Do that? Oh, that's funny. Somebody is blowing a very expensive break right now.
I am very much going to want to do ink.
I'll work for 1 yard. Yeah. Nice. Nice. Good run. They can keep running the ball like this, man. Oh, nice pickup. Oh, no!
Oh no! Uh-oh. Things are happening.
That's actually a really good punt. Oh, man.
That's actually black.
Oh. Yeah, he did. Oh, man.
Keep a little bit of that white just here, and then it breaks off. Kind of around here. comes back around like just
Yeah.
you start to see more weight. Okay.
Yeah.
I would say you guys can't see my water, so you don't know, but I know that it is just about time to change my water. I just group on the paper I did. Catch that real quick. And I'm gonna change my water. I like it to be pretty clear. It's getting, I know a lot of people wait, but mine's getting kind of gross. But, excuse me. Yeah. Off my keyboard entirely.
Surprised they didn't call it a fumble. Big stop here. In good field position again. Oh, come on! Come on! Oh, the fix is in.
Well, now I just have to change my water all over again.
Oh, come on. No, it's this little hook right there. Great. I've seen much worse. I've seen the Patriots getting away with more in the end zone than that. That's ridiculous. Texas is good.
Kind of an ink and watercolor wash here, and I'm using waterproof ink, so I have to really mean it. And I also have to change my water again, like immediately. Look at that. Black as the night. Okay.
Come on, get on it.
You know, there is a lot of variation with these guys. Some of them are pretty ruddy, and I like them ruddy. I'm going to continue down that path.
Yeah, well, they freaking gave them a whole extra set of downs when they were about to play. Ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
Oh my god. Missed that one by a mile. This is a weird game.
Also, field goal game.
Which now do the math, right, Dad? If they hadn't gone for 2 and they kicked the extra point, then they're up by 4 and you can't tie the game with a field goal. That's why I hate when they do that kind of math early in the game. It's so stupid. They could have a 4-point lead. Instead, they got a 3-point lead. That's what I hate about them. They try to get tricky with the math early in the game. There's too much game left to mess around with that. Get the point, get the sure point, move on. Kicker gone. That was the kicker that clotheslined him.
Yes.
Oh, I wasn't paying that close of attention. What? He caught that. Contact. Come on. He wasn't going to the ground until after he caught the ball. I don't like that.
I have the distinct impression, based on the sounds coming from the other room, that the Eagles are not doing well.
I gotta fix these rolls, man.
The Eagle Owls, on the other hand, are doing okay.
Go, baby, go! Nice. Nice job. Wow. Big time. Perfect pass. Nice straight arm. Sit down, son.
Oh, my big head is totally in the way. You all can't even see what I'm doing. That's terrible. Let's see if we can push this whole thing up
Nice.
a little bit. Adjust this guy. Also, a little bit more breathing room now that I have.
Gotta get the touchdown here.
Oh, I got my water on the other side of my. So I'm not carrying it across the painting. That's how you get drips on your painting. Let's see that tail. There it is.
Yeah.
That's fluff and stuff. Right in here, there is a sort of visible surface right here.
Gotta get the touchdown. Come on, guys. Oh, that's interference. Oh, come on! What are you talking about? Did you see that? It's all over it. Right there, push it down.
I'm gonna put the fan on. It's hot in here.
Oh, beautiful! Oh, what a play! Yeah! Oh, that was awesome! Oh my God, what a trick play! Oh, that was beautiful. Wow! Watch this. This is just ball. Unbelievable. That is so ballsy. Oh, the Patriots are 10. Oh, shit. Thank you for taking the extra points. Jeez. Oh, that was beautiful. Oh, man. Give that man the brass balls award. That took some balls, man. Having your tight end throw a pass to your quarterback for a touchdown or fourth down in the Super Bowl? Wow.
Okay, almost done with my snack break. I need to go re-ice my soda. Wash my hands. I'll be right back.
Wow. Yeah. Where's the remote at? So the Eagles got the ball down on the 1 yard line. They throw a pass in the end zone. They're incomplete on third down, so it's fourth down. So what do you do in football? Well, not when you're on the 1 yard line. You kick a field goal.
Sorry.
So fourth down, 1 yard line. They're up by 3 points.
Uh-huh.
What does the NFL book tell you to do? You kick the field goal. This is the Super Bowl. You don't fool around, right?
Okay. Patriots are on the offense.
No.
No.
Eagles are on
Eagles
offense.
are on the offense. Okay.
Watch this play.
Okay. The quarterback says, "Shush! Everybody, shush!"
To the quarterback for the touchdown.
Are you kidding?
That
was sneaky.
That was some razzle dazzle.
Good for them for taking a risk.
Razzle dazzle.
Very sneaky.
Right, seek the ball.
Brass balls.
And mountains.
My coach has got brass balls. Watch this. He goes over. He just sneaks. Yeah, it's brilliant. It's brilliant. We sold it so well. And then he hesitates. He doesn't go right away. Then he goes. Just hesitates long enough.
Nicely
Wide
done.
open.
Good job, fellas. Look at they actually made that field goal that time too.
Yeah, the extra point. Thank
Oh,
God.
sorry, the extra point.
That's okay.
I'm going now.
I had to share you with that because that was the funnest play of the game.
Very good. I know that sounded like the most fun you were having this whole time.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. Brady.
Something happened. I don't know what it was. He just explained it to me, and I still don't know what happened. Anyway. Okay, it's time. It might be premature. I almost just tried to dip my paintbrush in my Coke. For those keeping score. Here we go. Why am I hesitating? I'm hesitating because this wash has waterproof ink in it. There is no going back from this.
They wouldn't have made that touchdown if you never hear the first some balls.
So, okay. Let me see if I can describe what just happened in the football game. The Eagle Owls were on the 1 yard line, and they were leading by 3 points. And they had to, ordinarily what you do when you are on the 1 yard line and it's fourth down, you have to, like, the right thing to do, or like the recommended thing to do, I guess, is to kick a field goal, which is worth 3 points instead of 6, which would be a touchdown. You don't have to, but you can. It's safer. That's what most people are expecting. So our quarterback did this like sneaky little thing where he pretended like he was getting ready to kick the field goal, and just sort of like sashayed into the end zone, and then one of his teammates threw him the ball, and he caught it for a touchdown. So now they are like 9 points ahead. And that's what happened. And it's exciting. I almost tried to dip my brush in the Coke again. Should be keeping score of that.
Yeah, but then they had the other one where it went to the 2-point conversion. Could be up by 11. People could make it a little bit harder. Tell you what, that first down touchdown had to be demoralizing for that defense. That was big got embarrassed on that. Yeah. Yeah, they didn't see that coming at all.
Oh, my head's in the way. You know what I should just do? I should just do this. Okay, I've decided that for every time I reach to dip my paintbrush in my Coke, I'm going to add another 25 cents to the donation. So we're at 3 now. So that's 75 cents more. If I actually do manage to dip my brush into my drink, I will add another $5. Because I'm just begging for it at this point. Like, it's just gonna happen. It's because I switched them. This is why that keeps happening. That's why you shouldn't switch them.
Dad,
Yeah.
you ever watch the tackle play?
Yeah, where the tackle player's eligibility and they throw the ball to the end zone.
Fine. You know, include where
That's $1.
You don't see that play very often anymore.
no, I saw it maybe 3-4 times. 35 places after that.
Yeah. That's the thing about trick plays. They're only trick plays as long as you don't know about it. Like you won't see him try that trick play again tonight if they have a touchdown on.
Probably not. I bet that's next time they'll be waiting for him.
Yeah. Unless they got a nice variation on it.
Yes. Now that was the wide receiver through the pass.
Yeah, that was I thought it was a tight end. Maybe it was a wide receiver.
Number 88 or number 8 something.
Yeah, it was 88, but that could be a wide receiver or a tight end. He looked more like a tight end to me.
He was on the far end.
Yeah, but they line up all over the place now.
Yeah, nowadays.
I don't know. He might be a wide receiver. I don't know who that guy is that threw the pass.
I don't know either. I just number is far. Wide receiver.
Yeah, I
They
just.
came off the wide receiver position too.
Yeah. Could be. I could look.
I don't know which it is.
Well,
Because like you said, they break questions a lot.
well, there's one way to figure it out. You got the internet. Philadelphia Eagles roster. You can't even look it up. I just thought he was built like a tight end. Yeah, he's a tight end. Yeah.
I don't know.
His name is Trey Burton. 6'3".
I said they never understand your position.
But he's the backup tight end though. He's not even the first string guy. Zach Ertz is their first string tight
The
end.
guy might have been a quarterback in
College or whatever.
college
Yeah.
or whatever.
Possible. Yeah. A lot of times you get into whatever you play in the whatever you play in college, you don't necessarily play in the pros. Just looking for great athletes. Yeah. Zach Ertz is the regular tight end. He's the one that makes a lot of catches. He's really good. Well, I hope they can hold on to the lead. We saw the Atlanta Falcons have a complete meltdown in the second half of last year. I hope it doesn't happen to the Eagles. They've been playing too good of a game to blow it down. Yeah, because the defense starts to get tired. They haven't sacked him all game. They really need to get in there and sack him. Put some pressure
Yeah,
on him.
he got the ball out of his hands before he took it. Where did you get that?
Yeah, he took some hits, but they really need to clobber him good. Put him back 7-8 yards. You know, for those short third down plays. It's a good game so far. Eagles have been really playing solid. I have to give this Nick Foles kid a lot of credit because he's not their starting quarterback. Their starting quarterback got injured towards the end of the season. He stepped in and he's really, playing fantastic football. But you can't really blame that one interception on him. That wasn't his fault at all.
No, he gave the guy's hands and he got it around him.
Batted it right up to the defender.
Yeah, he should have tried to get out of bounds.
He should have just let it fall out of his hand rather than knock it up. The thing of it is it really kind of just worked out to a pretty good punt because they had him down at the 10-yard line. I almost had him on the
Kind of forgot about this brush. This is also a sable,
Yeah,
but it's like a really garbagey sable.
that one you can't blame on the quarterback. Though, so he's playing pretty as far as quarterback goes. Not just settling for field goal, getting touchdowns.
Look at that. I don't know what's even happening with this brush. What is that? Oh, it's time to play HQ. Are we going to take a break to play HQ together, everybody? We are not. I'm having too good a time.
Yeah.
I look at that, I'm on top of the corner. That's what it does is warm up that backyard.
Yeah.
That's correct.
Yep.
Hiya.
Hey, buddy.
How's your stream going?
Good. What do you think of him?
Superb.
You think he's superb?
84
Yeah,
on the
looks
back
great.
porch.
Right now?
84 on the back porch, yeah.
Yikes. Hot.
22-12. The Eagles are winning.
Will be happy.
I noticed you woke up for the halftime entertainment.
You what?
So I noticed you woke up for the halftime entertainment.
So bad, I'm afraid to stand up. I know.
Should take a. It's apparently halftime. I'm going to take a halftime in progress shot. All right. If you're following me on Instagram, I just posted a halftime picture. But you guys are already seeing it, so you don't really need to look at it. But anyway, this is a Blocker. I bet you this is. It feels like Sable. It's all fat, moppy. That'll be fun. Let's see what it does. Like I kind of want to make like a really, really pale wash to get these under fluffies. Got a nice note from an old friend of mine from up north who I met doing the artist market up there. She does these amazing monotype prints. She does she almost does like 3-color sort of process, but she does it on like a monotype, and they're just beautiful, and I have a lot of respect for her work. And she sent me a nice note about the owl post that I did on Instagram and wished me a happy Superb Owl Sunday, which was very sweet. Her name is Patricia Sennett. S-E-N. Oh, goodness. S-E-N-N-O-T-T? Yes. I don't know if she has a web presence. I need to talk to her about that to see if she wants one. Because that is my secret double life. I have a secret double life as a web designer. I build websites in addition to making art about strange and wonderful animals.
It's not him,
Well, that was a projection on that.
you want to go out.
It sounds like halftime's almost over. I was going to take a break at halftime, and I didn't.
I know, but I couldn't get up. Can't get up when you're there. Come on, Lily. I gotta get up. Get up. Come on, baby. The whole football field full. Let's go. Where's that guy with planet hair?
Excuse me.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Well, that flew out this way away.
Goodness.
Oh, I don't know. I know.
Getting very, we're starting to come out of the middle of the painting now. I'm starting to feel a little bit less horrible about it. Which is always a nice feeling.
better handle.
Sorry for my head. My head is in the way. This is the exciting part, exiting the middle of the painting.
Means the other guy is the first.
And all that self-consciousness melts away and it starts to feel like I know what I'm doing. Stay tuned, because just because I feel like I know what I'm doing doesn't mean I couldn't potentially wreck it. Why did I do that? That wasn't a good idea. This is pure ink. Now we're playing with fire. Now some stuff is going to happen. And some toenails. Actually, I don't hate the idea that I'm doing the toenails with waterproof ink, because later when I end up doing the tree, which, like, I mean, at the rate that I'm going, I'm not 100% sure I'm going to get to the tree, or the branch rather, by the end of the game. And the end of the game is when the end of the stream is. Mostly because sometimes by then the paper is saturated and I need to kind of just walk away from it for a little while and get some perspective. Okay, wait, what has been inked? Like everything. I may just take a little bit of a break to kind of clean my brushes and reset my scene here. Oh, maybe I won't because there are 2 of you watching right now. Maybe I'll just keep going. Although I do need to, yeah, I mean, like, as much as I would like to do that, I want to, like, make sure that my brand new sable brush lasts me a little while, so I'm gonna take all the sable.
What you're asking?
I'm sitting by the microwave.
Oh,
Oh, that was a leftover, mac and
I'll be right back.
cheese. I think she heated it up.
I forgot that it was in the microwave, but it's, yeah, you can kind of reheat it because it's been.
What'd you say?
I said that the mac and cheese is still good. I made enough food so that we wouldn't have to go out to dinner. It's like lunch and dinner together in a long chain of snacks. So that was sort of my plan.
Okay. After all that time.
Well, you don't have to eat it. You don't have to eat it.
Okay.
You can eat whatever you want.
Yeah.
So,
Covered all the time.
Put water's flowing in here. Up to the whole first half.
Yeah, I know.
And that's done. Hey, really? Oh, yes.
okay, sable's all washed. Just to keep that ink from drying in it. These other brushes, I could care less, but I could not care less. You know what I do want to do, though? I do want to eat some salad. Okay. I want salad. More salad. Mm-hmm. One thing that I have not done. I shouldn't really do this in the middle of the stream, but it's too late. I'm doing it. I have a message. I'm looking at the eBay listing. 2-step verification is on. It seems terribly unlikely to me that anyone has actually bid on this yet. Items for sale. Superb owl. No bids yet. So right now, you can bid on the 2018 Superb owl at eBay. Right now is the cheapest that it will be. And remember, half of the proceeds will go to the winner. The winner of the auction has their choice of city to choose, and I will find a wildlife rehabilitation center in that city that focuses on owl rescue, or at least that does owl rescue as a part of their mission. And half of the proceeds of the auction will go to them. So that's what we're doing here. We're raising some money to save some owls, or at least to help care for them while they are ill or injured or under the care of human type creatures. There's a lot of owls get struck by vehicles or strike windows. Are the way that we function in our shared environment has an effect on them, so we do what we can to mitigate that as a species. by looking after them when we can, when they are sick or injured. And what is flashing in your okay. It might be a good idea. I'm getting a little lost in here.
I they're really built to run. Their clock management team, they have they're number one in the whole in all of NFL for clock time in the offense. Time of possession. Offensive time of possession. That's what I'm trying to say.
barely. Almost.
Boy, they're really punching the run, aren't they?
That's what it sounds like.
Nice play.
Yeah.
Nice play.
Now outside the household and they're inside the building.
Yeah, they're adult. Not when it was cold.
That's what it's hot.
Hot and humid.
Shouldn't mix this up. I shouldn't get ink in this palette. I'm doing it anyway. Who's gonna stop me? Nobody, that's who. Do they have bands when they're ready? I bet they do. Well, we're not even done down here. Time to sort of work on underfluffles. All right.
Touchdown. Nice. Nice.
Something good happened
Big.
in the football game. At least it did if you're rooting for the Eagle Owls. I know that's not what they're really called, but that's what they're called for me because it's Superb Owl Sunday. You can see how I'm sort of dilly-dallying getting to sort of the less developed parts in this painting because they are still in the middle of the painting. The middle of the painting is scary. It's risky. Everything could be ruined and so fast.
All he's doing is tucking the ball. That's not a touchdown.
should probably start working on that. It might actually be time to start thinking about the stump after all. At least get some faces of it blocked in. Just it's another thing that I'm not super great at is like developing the painting evenly. Let me break all the rules around here. Ooh, that's ink. I'm gonna regret that later. Just everything. We're just browning it all up around here. It's okay. Get the outside edges of it sort of defined. Okay, we have a problem that we need to solve here before we get too wild and crazy. We gotta do something about what's happening in the feet parts. This is always kind of a tough part for me, like in terms of doing lighting. Now I'm looking at a bunch of reference photos and I'm seeing that like again, this is an animal that has a lot of variation. Like some individuals have white feet. Oh, this is a nice painting. Some individuals have a lot of red on their feet, and we're gonna just lean into that because lighting's hard. And I'm only working on this like over the course of like a single session. The whole sort of object of this. Sort of feathers under fluffy feathers. The object of this little exercise is to complete the painting in the time, like in the time allotted by the game clock. So I cheated a little bit because I worked through halftime. But I mean, like, you know, these are rules to a game that only I am playing and that I made up. So if I cheat a little bit, you know, who's gonna stop me? Because like cheating in this game means that like I'm putting more time into this piece that I'm then auctioning off for charity. So like basically there are no losers and therefore there are no winners, except for maybe the owls. I guess the owls kind of win something a little bit, I hope. With any hope, with any luck, we're gonna raise a little money. We're gonna have fun celebrating wonderful birds. Oh, this is very dark now. This is very dark because I've got a fan blowing in here because it's hot. It's like 80 degrees. I think the sun just went down. It did. I'm actually going to roll my blinds up so I can catch more of this light.
About Mandy.
Maybe a bad idea. Change out my water. It's looking a little bit dark, like tea. I don't like it. I want it to be clear, but I'm working with ink now, so it's not going to be that clear. Anyway. Time for bars. Bars on birds.
Yeah, control that ball. He never dropped it.
I know.
Got it back.
I don't know if
Still upset over that. That guy's still upset over that.
oh, he's yelling at his defense for giving up a touchdown. He's the defensive coordinator for the Patriots. Oh, that should have been picked. Oh, that could have been picked
Right.
six.
Yeah, the guy played ball.
Come on.
Okay. I'm going to because I didn't use these. I'm going to wash my sable. I'm going to change my water. And I'm going to get some salad. So I will be right back. Jeez.
Holy. Too much time to throw the ball. You gotta get some pressure on it.
$26.29. Working back there? I didn't see anything.
Oh, no, it's really hot in here. Yeah, it's 79 degrees in the house.
Oh, that's okay. I probably wouldn't run it there anyway. I've got a call like every contract year. I didn't do that last year.
Such a Nirvana song. With all apologies. That was weird.
Is that what the melody was?
Yeah, it was all apologies as if it were a lullaby. That was really peculiar. I have salad. I should be really careful about where I have. A little late for that. About where I have my ink. I have ink here, 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 and here. So I just saw a T-Mobile commercial that was using all apologies as background music in the form of a lullaby. And that made me feel like an old person. That's a Nirvana song. For those of you watching who may be under the age of, like, God, I don't know, 20. So I think what I'm going to do with this, because it's a little bit unwatchable like this, at this length, I'm going to make a little highlights video, and I'll post it around the internets over the next couple of days while I'm promoting the auction. It's a 7-day auction on eBay. So if you are not bidding now, if you need to you know, check your wallet, talk to your accountant, whatever. I need an eyedropper. I used to have an eyedropper. Getting there, getting there, getting there. Okay, take a little bite of salad. Because one can only have so many tater skins.
Oh. No, he's pretty good. Nice luxury to have a backup quarterback that's that good. Yeah, well, his numbers in the regular season weren't that good.
Mm-hmm.
Playoff numbers are great.
on the way. They were trying to take us. That's true. I mean, what?
I think
Oh, they're jailbirds. I really want this story.
he, that one didn't work out very good. Snip that out. Yeah, they'd have been better off dropping that one.
That last point, it's that field goal.
Yeah. trying to coach. They would score some touchdowns and both by 1 point.
Right.
The thing of it is, they missed that extra point, and when they scored another touchdown, they went for 2, and didn't get it. So he could have kicked another. But then he just kicked it, and I put 1 more point on the board for them. Then Cleveland turned around and missed the field goal for point line for any. What a weird dance to figure. Yeah,
They missed one right at the beginning.
the first half was exciting. There was all kinds of stuff about it. Yeah, the second half was pretty exciting too.
Oh, just that Velveeta. Costco has coupons for this month for it, so they gotta have it there somewhere. It's like $3 off. Whoa. Do what I should have done. I gotta work on my myself to do it just to catch up. More than eating. Or that spreadsheet. Get my whole thing set up. Oh, and I forgot to call Ray. Oh, God. Oh, right, there's a- Oh, they didn't call. They didn't read it either.
Nobody.
Oh, wait, what? What?
Oh, come on.
That's all.
They're not going to show us the script.
I gotta be honest, this is actually kind of a grueling day. It is
Yeah, they need a turtle.
a little complicated to do. There's pressure. The time pressure is sort of a strange thing to work under on something like this. It reminds me in some ways of like 24-hour comic day. Um,
What was that one?
See, I told you, bad math. Could be a tied game right now. They hadn't gone for two early in the game. Hit the extra point. Get the points. Now they're down 1 point. Deuce.
Back and down, I don't get her.
Hannibal Lecter. Silence of the Lambs. Anthony Hopkins. Yeah, he is.
They're talking about Super Bowl commercials now. Hmm.
All right, sir. We'll do that.
Oh no, excuse me. That was awful. That was me forgetting that I am live streaming. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Awesome. Woo! Woo-hoo-hoo! That was ballsy. Yes, we can.
Oh no, excuse me.
Yeah, yeah, their defense needs to get turnover. Yeah, they haven't gotten one sack either. One sack.
Okay. Just about 5 minutes left on the game clock. So I'm going to just finish this ahead of the game. I just want to add a couple of just a few little washes here and there just to kind of tone some of this down.
Just another pass down the middle for a first down. I would say they are in field goal range now.
See why I have trouble?
That's down around 20, first down. Clock's right about 3 minutes. Now these things always end. We're going to get down there and we're going to run down the clock to about 1.5 minutes, kick a field goal, and the Patriots are going to march right down the field and kick a field goal to win the game.
Come on, predictor.
I'm telling you, that's just, I've seen it too many times. Yep, because they go soft. They do a prevent defense, and it prevents you from winning.
What is an L in Normandy?
All right. I'm calling it. I think there's very little else I can do to this. I'm calling it done.
I want to go out of bounds. I know, but he should. Yeah.
I think we'll do. I don't know if they were having- I don't want to do.
Okay, gang. I'm calling it good. There are a couple of minutes left in the actual game, but I think this here is your completed 2018 Superb Owl. The auction's going to run until Sunday night, I think, next Sunday. So bidding starts at $75. Half of the proceeds will go to the animal rescue in the city of your choice. We will either work together, or I can do the research myself to find an animal rescue that a wildlife rescue that focuses on or that rehabilitates owls, cares for sick and injured owls, with the goal of releasing them back into the wild. That's what we're here to do. Happy Superb Owl Sunday. Thanks so much for tuning in. For those of you who tuned in, check out the auction. This week, all of the 20% of any sales of owl-related merchandise in my shop, so pocket owls, owl prints, other such dealy guys will also go to the owl rescue. If I don't end up, these auctions are difficult. I don't do eBay a lot, so sometimes they don't sell. If it doesn't sell, whatever I collect through this fundraiser, I will do it. I'll donate it to a wildlife rescue in Los Angeles, which is my hometown. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and thank you for supporting the people who care for our wildlife. And I'll see you online.